Hey, so last week we talked about Jesus answering the question, what is the greatest commandment? He said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all of your mind and your might and your strength. This week we're going to talk about the other half of the answer. Stay tuned to the Father Truckers. All right, so if you remember last week, if you saw the video, Jesus was asked the question, what is the greatest commandment? And he answered with this amazing reference back to Deuteronomy chapter 6, which every young Jewish kid would know, the Shema. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all of your mind, your might, your strength. But Jesus adds to it, and this, I'm sure, kind of threw him for a little bit of a loop, but it shouldn't have, because Deuteronomy chapter 6, it shows up right after Deuteronomy chapter 5. And the first part of Deuteronomy chapter 5, which is the Ten Commandments, woo, for the Ten Commandments, the first four are all about what does it mean to love God. Then the fifth commandment is the beginning of the second part, which is linked to Jesus' answer to this question. He says the second part of the greatest commandment is like the first, and it's this: love your neighbor as yourself. And so it may seem like Jesus sort of reached for that. You know, it's not found in Deuteronomy 6. It's not found in the Shema. It's not part of the confession that they would regularly do. But it links perfectly back to Deuteronomy chapter 5, because the last six commandments are all about what does it mean to love the people that you're on the journey with? What does it mean to love the people around you? What does it mean to love even the strangers around you? What is the basic way that we would show love to people who are all around us? And you can go back and read it, but it's things like don't kill them, which is awesome. Don't lie to them. Don't steal from them. Don't covet the things that they have. And honor your father and your mother. I mean, that's all about the way we treat other people. So the first half of the greatest commandment, love God with all of you, all of what you are, all of your strength. Secondly, with the same kind of passion, Jesus says, because he says it's like it, similar to it, it's the same kind of thing. Love the people around you as much as you love yourself. And so let me just say this, brother trucker and sister trucker out there, you would have seen in the intro part of the video, I'm driving out of Montreal on a Friday afternoon, and I got to tell you, it's really hard to love your neighbor as yourself when your neighbor is trying to squeeze his BMW right in front of you after he's just cut you off. It's real hard to love your neighbor when they're pulling in front of you and brake checking. It's hard to love your neighbor when you're trying to back your 53-foot trailer into a tight spot and cars are pulling into your blind spot as you're doing it. Do you get where I'm going with this? As truckers out there, as Christian truckers, as truckers with the heart of Jesus and wanting to give God all of our love, it's sometimes really hard to love people who push us so hard the wrong way. And so let me just challenge you with this. Take those words of Jesus and take them to heart. If you would honestly want to love God, you've got to lean into loving him with everything you are, but you've also got to determine that you're going to seek to grow in loving those people around you. So let me just say this to close. The only gospel that a lot of people are ever going to hear is going to be the gospel they see lived out by us. And so let the Holy Spirit transform you. I'm asking him to transform me, that I might have love and joy and peace and patience with some of those people that I see around me on the highway. And maybe then, just maybe, as I love God with all my heart and soul and strength, and maybe, just maybe, as I seek to love my neighbor as myself, then maybe, just maybe, there'd be people who would actually come up to me in a truck stop or a parking lot or on a shipping dock and say, hey, you're different, why? And maybe then maybe I could get the chance to share with them the truth of why I've been transformed. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. Go live it out. Stay safe, and we'll look forward to connecting with you again next week. God bless.